So everybody wants to know what kind of knives I collect personally and the ones I daily. So here's the ones I personally daily. Right here we have the out the front Titan. I think that's what the name is. It's this little out the front doohickey. It basically does as it says. The knife shoots out the front with this little lever. You've probably seen these in like movies. Next, I have the Boker Butterfly or the Balisong. Uh, this one's my personal favorite. It's taken a bit of a beating for me, but probably my most favorite one. Up next, my least favorite, but still my most useful, the Kershaw Natrix. It's just a simple flip knife. Nothing too serious. Just flip this lever right here. Pull this little lever down to put it back down. I use this whenever I go to work or, all these are daily use, but this is the one I probably beat the fuck out of the most. Next, we have the Kershaw Iridium. It's got this little axis lock. Pull it down, pull it back up. I got this not that long ago. It's so smooth, man. Like, I could literally do this for hours. Oh, and... But yeah, that's another one of my knives. My newest one is the Benchmade Claymore. Actually, a coworker introduced me to it after I dropped his. Ray, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. It's this more tactical-ish looking knife. It's a little more on the pricier side, but you get what you pay for, especially with the lifetime warranty. D2 steel, so I got it serrated. I'm definitely going to start using this when I go camping. The spring is so strong. I love it so much. Okay, moving on to the multi-tools. Here I have the Leatherman bolster. It was the first ever Leatherman I ever got my hands on. My dad gave it to me when I got my first car. It's got the usual multi-tool stuff. Can opener, nail file, saw. I think that's the saw right there. Pliers, screwdrivers. Yeah, the first ever multi-tool I technically owned. Next on the list, I have the 20-in-1 Gordon multi-tool. Whenever I'm like, going out on a bike ride or using my e-scooter, I usually tend to bring this one. 20-in-1, you never know when you'll use it. Here I have the Kershaw Select Fire. I think this is the one that really got me into multi-tools as a whole. The reason why it gets its name Select Fire is because it's got this big old utility knife right here. There's actually a bit of a drill bit right here where you can install screws, when you're doing like maintenance or whatever. You just attach one of these guys onto the butt right here and just screw away, I guess, if that makes any sense. What I have here is the Leatherman. I actually forgot what this one's called, but hey, it's a Leatherman, very good quality. It's got a little carabiner right there, so you can hang it on something, hang it on your belt. It's not the most unique, but it's one of Leatherman's more underdog-ish kind of knives. I don't know if that makes any sense, but But last but not least, I have this little foldable Gerber. That's a horrible way to open a knife. A Gerber box cutter thing. It's not the. I don't really carry this one a lot. It's mostly a standby item. Whenever I just don't have any of these available, I just bring this with me because in the end, it still cuts things. Whatever, all willy-nilly. Yeah. Now onto the fun part. These are my personal favorites. Let's start from the least expensive to the most. So, probably the least expensive ones are these little switchblades. You'll find these at like any knife shop at your local mall or local knife store. They're not that special. I mean, yes, they are. They're mostly collectibles. I don't see these as like practical knives I could use on a daily. Up next, we have this M&P out the front by Smith & Wesson. If the name as the name already implies, these people make guns and they also make knives. It's an out the front knife. I bought this one I think this was maybe my junior year of high school. It's a simple out the front knife. Click it open, use this little lever to pull it back down. Oh, pull it back down. Safety's on, safety's off. Boom. It's very nice military green. Yeah. Next, we have the Kershaw. I think it's called. Oh, the Kershaw Provoke. It's a collapsible karambit. I think this one. Oh man, I love this one. All you gotta do is just use your thumb, press it right down. You know, it's one of my more cooler knives, I guess. Up next is the Squid Industries. Not really a knife, more of a trainer. If I can get it out of the fucking bag. Okay, there you go. Not really a knife, more of a trainer. I don't really use this a lot. It's very sleek, very light, extremely durable. I saw these popping up back in 2016. I didn't really get around to it until maybe 2022-ish. It's a bit noisy. A lot of the clickety-clack going on. Still, I like how it looks. Very cartoony looking. As you can see, it's a bit banged up as I have dropped this on the floor a few times. And it's starting to get a little bit of play in the handles. Now onto the more expensive knives. Probably my first ever introduction to professionally made butterfly knives, or balisong. I gotta stop calling them that, but what I have here is a Bradley Kimura, the first production run actually. I have it in this beautiful brown handle. Not really a flipper, a bit heavy for what it is, but oh, you see the latch handle kind of gets caught in there. But probably the first real balisong I ever got my hands on. I think I got this back when I was in middle school. I think my dad bought it for me as a birthday present. Up next, we have this monster of a knife, the Kershaw Lucha. This thing is like holding a machete. I do not carry this with me. It's more of a collectible piece, and I highly recommend not flipping this unless you know what you're doing. God, this thing really scares me. Up next, we have the Benchmade 51 Morpho in the limited edition Blade HQ Orange. A few years ago, I guess Blade HQ was running a sale, and they had the orange, originally black and blue Benchmade 51. I begged my dad if I can get one. He finally gave in. This thing is super light. It feels amazing to flip. Last but not least, we have the most expensive one in my collection, the Benchmade 85 Titanium. I bought this for like $400. It was not a compulsive buy. I saved all my hard-earned money. Did I say that with the last one? I don't remember, but I saved up all my hard-earned money for this thing. It's made of titanium steel. Absolutely beautiful. Do I regret paying $400 for this? Absolutely. I wish I bought it for less, but at the same time, I don't regret it because, well, it's a balisong and it's made by very high quality materials, made by a local company. Benchmade, shout out Benchmade. I absolutely love it. Listen, as much as the buyer's remorse is telling me to sell this thing, I just can't give it away, man. Like, I'm going to regret giving this away. It was like my first major adult purchases next to my first car, so yeah. This is the one I really wanted to talk about. This is an authentic Philippine-made butterfly knife that my uncle got me. Unfortunately, I can't really flip it like any of these guys. I think compared to the Lucha and the real balisong, this thing, I have no words for it, honestly. It's just amazing to have a real handmade, Philippine-made butterfly knife in my hand. It's fucking scary though, man. I said that with this. I say that with a lot of my knives, especially this guy. Nah, this thing's a Dexter Morgan. Eat your heart out. This. Ugh.